Hello dear NEET aspirants. So the NEET exam is already over and the re-NEET by the way is also over and the clock has already started ticking for the next NEET exam. And this is the time you can take the right action so that you can avoid the regret this time. Many of you might be taking the first drop, some of you will be taking second or third drop as well, right? So what are the mistakes that you have done you should not repeat this time, and what are the unique things you can do that will drastically and dramatically improve your marks and will give you a sense of preparation. Many times we think that we didn't work as hard, that is why we did not get that kind of marks, right? But sometimes many kids who work really hard do not get that kind of marks that they deserve, right? Why? Because they lack a sense of right preparation, right action is needed. So what is that? My dear kids, many dropper kids have followed this strategy that I'm telling you, and they got decent growth in their marks over the year, right, when they started practicing this thing, right? So you see that the first thing that you need to do is create a track of revision with the help of the first strategy, and the second thing that I'm telling you, create another book that will keep a track of the errors, right? My dear kids, understand that many times in the NEET exam you will do silly mistakes because the paper is just a speed paper mostly, right, and a concept paper mostly. So you should have a clear idea about all the things that are happening in the mind simultaneously, three subjects and all those subjects, so many questions you have to attempt in a single time frame, right? A very tight time frame, so you cannot spend so much time in recalling, right? So revision must be very sorted. Okay, so how can you sort out the revision? By making a revision notebook, right? So what you can do right now is do not lose your consistency. Once you have the consistent practice, you automatically start getting decent time for practice, and for that you make the first notebook which will definitely guide the consistency in the correct path, and that is the 20 problems notebook. All right, so what you can do is, many times few kids will do 50 problems in a day, and then for the week they will not do anything. So whatever 50 problems they had done, that is also whitewashed, right? So one thing that I'm telling you, maintain a notebook and maintain a log in that notebook. In the first page of the notebook, write down the date and how many problems you have solved. Write down the date, how many problems you have solved, and maintain a minimum of 20 problems every single day. Maybe you are busy, maybe there were too many classes, maybe you are not feeling like studying, but the 20 problem is the minimum. Once you start doing that, right, you start developing consistency. Once you have the consistency, then you get the sense, right, that whatever I have acquired is worth having. Then you start revising, right? Because most of the kids never get to a stage, honestly I'm talking about, most of the kids never get to a stage where they feel revision is important, right? Why? Because they are not consistent enough, they have not gathered enough information, they feel losing this information is is something, right? It's because once you gathered information with lot of effort, then you start putting effort to protect it, right? You don't have any money, will you invest in a safe locker, right? Will you buy a 40,000 rupees locker to keep money if you don't have money at the first place? You know, right? First thing, you need to get something that is worth saving, that is worth revising, right? And that can only be achieved once you acquired a habit of consistency, right? So that's a real thing. Otherwise revision is just a gimmick, right? You will not be revising and you will always feel that my preparation is not giving me confidence, right? So do this thing, it will give you confidence and you will automatically start revising. Once you will feel that I have done enough practice and this practice will be lost if I don't revise, automatically you will start revising once you start doing this thing. So first thing is, make a 20 problem notebook and make a commitment, I will not be doing anything less than that. The next thing is error tracking, right? So make a error notebook, right? Those kids who do a lot of silly mistakes, right, because of some exam pressure or something, right, they generally lose marks on those things that they are that they are confident about, they already know, they have invested so much time learning about those things, but because of the errors they lose the marks in those things. So my dear kids, what you can do while preparation, right, when the preparation you try to minimize the errors that you do, right? So make an error notebook, right? And in those error notebooks, write down the chapter that you're practicing right now and maintain the error log. This is the error that you have encountered, and write down the numerical number, right? And book name, or the notes, whatever, right, or the coaching notes, whatever, right, just write on the reference and question number where you have got that, where you have encountered that error, right? So once you start doing that, once you start making a chapter wise log of errors, right, and you just keep revisiting that, I'll just ensure you that in the exam hall, you will not be repeating those errors, right? So do only these two things. Make the first notebook for consistency that will automatically drive the revision for you. Once you have a lot of money, you will automatically invest in a safe locker. You will invest in bank. You will do something about it. You will revise. Revision is storing the knowledge in a bank, right? Whatever, if you are revising n number of times, your storage is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. But you will not worry about revision if you don't have the knowledge at the first place, right? So now understand that, maintain consistency with the help of 20 problem notebook. And the second thing is, make a error log, right? If you do these two things, I can assure you, you will definitely get great marks. My dear kids, now the next thing comes up is how to get the right set of knowledge. My dear kids, the right set of knowledge you can definitely acquire through the, like, if you want to get the entire preparation for the dropper batch, let's say. So there is a Yakin batch, and this is the best time to buy it. Today is the last day to buy these batches in English, right, at a discounted price. So already the batches are very, very affordable, right, needless to say. But right now, the pro version of, or the normal version of Yakin batches in English will cost you 4,200 rupees, right? And the batch which is costing way higher in general will only cost around 4,200 rupees, right? For the Infinity plan, right? So you get a lot of interesting benefits when you start enrolling in an Infinity plan. So just 1,000 rupee difference. I'll suggest you to go for the Infinity plan, where you will start getting a lot of NCERT resources and other things for, included in that, right? So just a price of, let's say, 2 pizzas, you have a meaningful resource, right? Meaningful resource, right? And all of that is authentic because that is created by your teachers, right? So everything is going to be very, very authentic. Right now, the GOAT sale is going on, I believe, you know that, right? And today is the last day to enroll in it, right? So if you are interested, if you feel that there is something that you need, right, you want a batch where you can cover all the concepts in English, right, definitely go ahead, and this is the best time to get all those benefits, right? So that's it for now, my dear kids. I hope you are going to make these 2 notebooks, right? And with few more interesting insights, I'll keep showing you up with more interesting data, and that will guide you towards your success, right? I'll see you there next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye.